It's 3 o'clock. We'll call the meeting to order.
And Jerry Lynn is.
Gerald Bazikis.
On the committee here, on the board, on the commission. So, wow, who's that handsome guy?
On the back, it has the name.
Good, isn't it? Yeah. Okay, so can I have a roll call, please?
Brett Copley present. Susan Gerken present.
James William present.
Laura Schiffern present.
Mary Jane should be present. Okay, roll call. We are being recorded by TCAM. Is anyone else recording this message, this meeting?
Parents.
Marie got,
Yeah, Marie should be all set, but she said she's gonna be late because she's in another meeting.
oh, she did let you know.
Mhm.
Okay.
So, we're not gonna be able to accept the minutes for April today because I forgot them. And we don't have any minutes from August because no one showed up except Claire and me. So we didn't have a quorum, so we couldn't have a meeting.
I thought that was September,
No, that was
Meeting.
September, you're right.
and I said I was gonna be late, and I was here.
You were late,
You were
right?
here,
But there was,
but there
And
was
I
not a
thought,
quorum.
well, I was here at 5. Thought the meeting was 5. I've never gone to a meeting at 3, so I'm out front at 5 o'clock going. Oh, nobody showed up and I didn't get told.
but
But I
it's on
knew-
the website now. Put it on the website.
Mrs. Church.
Oh, that's
I
right.
struggled to even use my smartphone. I mean, I'm just a knob. I can shoot. I mean.
Can you receive a text?
Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely. And I can even send one back with a smiley face at me, you know?
Oh, that's idea.
You only get the smiley.
Right. Oh, no, no. Sister, she wants me to pick her up tomorrow. She's gonna have to wait. Okay, so the first item is the zoning board of appeals. I really want to talk about this with everybody because I think there's a gross misunderstanding.
Wait a minute, are you on it?
I don't know.
Oh,
I mean, I know number 5, and 6.
so
Review?
let me do this for you.
Okay.
Number 5. I move that we,
Oh, okay.
put the minutes for April
April.
2025 to our next meeting in November.
Do I have a second?
Second of it.
Susan, okay. Please have a vote.
Brett Copley, aye.
Susan Gerken, I.
James Brown, yes.
Laura Schiffern, yes.
Mary Jane, yes. So we will bring those.
Now it's gonna be from September.
No, there are no
No.
minutes for September. Those are the April minutes. And
All
we're
right.
behind the 8 ball, but we'll get them. There are no minutes for September because,
We weren't there. I got
There
you.
wasn't a quorum.
so now can we go to 6? You good with the 6? Oh, you got another one?
No, I was gonna say, we could actually,
Well, she's in charge, so let
yeah.
go ahead.
Oh, whatever, I'm confused. All right, we're good with that, right? We don't have to,
yeah, it's
Take
been
a vote.
announced, there was no meeting.
yeah, so I mean, we can't take any minutes. All
Can
right,
I have a copy of the agenda? I did not have them yet.
you did?
Well, you know what, you can have this one, because I have a copy of it.
There you go.
I printed them.
Okay, so we're gonna discuss the zoning board of appeals, briefly. I just wanna say that that meeting was, very disappointing. Had I known that the zoning board of appeals did not have jurisdiction over the historic site, I never would have bothered with it.
Yeah.
But, so be it. But then it opened up a can of worms because of the authority.
Of the building inspector.
Over the historic districts. So that led to the warrant article asking for the building inspector to be the enforcing agent. Kind of convoluted, but after the meeting, because I asked for it to be tabled.
Why was that convoluted? Because it was the town council who explained it at the zoning board where we were jointly meeting. Town council explained why and what had to be done. And so he was directed by the select board to do the warrant article so that we would be in compliance with what all the other cities and towns are doing.
Well, guess
That's
what?
why that ended up there.
Okay, that's good to know, because that's not the case, because Mass 40C, chapter
Okay.
13, which is what we're under jurisdiction, and we don't have anything in our bylaw specifically. So we would default to 40C, and 40C says that the enforcing body is the historic district.
Okay.
So my question to the board is, I guess the warrant article is gonna come up again.
Yeah,
So should we ask for it to be canceled or whatever the legal term is? Or should we ratify this 40C, section 13 jurisdiction in our bylaw?
now,
Include it, I
in
guess.
question,
I don't think we can put 40C into our
No, no, no,
bylaw.
section 13, the language.
Do you wanna read the language?
You know,
yeah,
right, everybody has a copy of it.
What page is it on?
yes.
It's a loose, it says part 1, Susan.
Yeah, looks like it is.
Yeah, but what part of it is, what part of this? Is it the whole thing?
Well, all I really, the whole thing being all of section 13.
Oh, section 13.
Yeah.
Five, section 4.
Judicial
Section
Superior
two.
Court penalty. Hearing considering, are you gonna read it out? Mary Jane?
Use it, part one, part
No, you
nothing,
can go.
part six.
Everybody should have this. Well, it should be the. Yeah, that's it,
Oh,
that's
okay.
it,
right
that's
there.
it,
Okay.
yeah, okay. So this comes right out of 40C, section 30. Is it,
In our bylaws,
well, no,
No,
it's
it's
not in our
not.
bylaw,
It's
it's
GL
state,
40
It
state.
this
is
is state,
Massachusetts HDC
yes,
overview, which
Yes.
we are presently under.
correct, yep, you got it.
So if I could further. Without the building inspector with us in overview of construction work. All the different window installation, door installation, whether it's concrete or it's. Who is the expert from amongst us? And are you telling me that the people from Massachusetts HDC will come out to Townsend?
No, they
Do
give
the
us, they
inspection?
give us the
No,
authority,
you-
the commission.
The commission has the authority. We can't give permits.
The authority? Does
We
the
can't give
authority have the knowledge?
Doesn't matter, we have the authority because we have to. So the process is, when somebody wants to do something exteriorly on their property, exteriorly, not
Facade.
they fill out an application and they present it to us. The building inspector is not supposed to issue a building permit until we have determined whether the work is gonna be appropriate or not.
Right.
In terms of architectural, historic minimum.
We're a little different because a lot of the cities and towns do have the
Right.
exact language that was in the warrant article,
Correct.
okay? Which is acceptable to the state, but not acceptable here.
No, not at all. So what we wanna do is understand that the building inspector is ancillary to our job. He can't do anything until we say it's okay.
Correct.
So
But-
once we approve it, and let's just say it's gonna be windows. And we have a picture, because we're supposed to have pictures all the time, and they're gonna put in, say, 6/6 windows. For the historic look, we approve it. And we drive by and we see that they did 4/4.
The paper goes to the building inspector for
No.
enforcement.
Do you want to announce the other people that are on
I'm
the?
sorry. Hi, Maria Milliken, I recognize you, and I recognize Harrison. Thank you for joining. We're talking about the, what are we talking? We're talking about the, jurisdiction authority of the HDC.
Yes, I've been listening.
Oh, okay, good, thank you. So, the question came up with the inspector, the building inspector. Wanting, well, I don't know if he wanted to be, but the language saying that he would be the enforcer. So so, for example, if before I go
I'm
to,
following
I
you.
call him, I say, look, I just looked at 292 Main Street and the plans are for 6/6 and there's only 4/4 and they're in, we want them out. Okay? Cause they're in violation. So always historically, we've always had a great relationship with the building inspector and he has always been our enforcer. We, correct, Claire, you've been on,
Yeah.
correct, Susan?
Susan was.
So this is the first time we've come up against this kind of obstacle. So now it's in. You know, grants.
For example, in my house, which I'm in historic district in West Townsend,
Mhm.
and we're taking like the shed kind of look of the right side of the house barn. And we wanted to make it into a 2-car garage. And we needed more room because it was originally made for a Model T car. So it was not long enough for today's car. So we were gonna bump it out in the front. That's how the architect did it. Got to the meeting and they didn't like that. They wanted it to be straight across. So I just right then and there redrew it. We bumped out the back. And now we're straight across.
So in other words, your facade stayed consistent to what was needed by the historical district.
Right.
In your
Right,
property.
so I redrew
Your
that.
compromise came by extending it to the back instead of the front.
Right,
But I think my concerns are, and this is that she keeps getting a phone call and she can't stay focused on what we're talking.
Hang on, so I hate the phone.
You,
Okay, it's off. It's off now, so I don't. So. This is about jurisdiction. So we, as the commission, have the authority to take those people, if they're not gonna comply,
the task,
to court automatically.
I refer to
So-
task, and I would like to hate to think we have to take somebody to
Well,
court for
or
one of
into
those.
task, whatever. So we're the enforcing body. My point being, we don't need the building inspector to be the enforcing body because we're already appointed by virtue of Mass General. So. We should,
Yeah, but all these years before it was okay.
well, because we had a cooperating building inspector, now we don't.
Well, how did you know?
How do we know what?
How did you know? Because it was done outside of our bylaws.
What was done?
Because they always came to you first. Is that what you're saying?
Correct. There was a system in place with the prior building inspectors that allowed the commission to have notice that someone was gonna be doing work. And the building inspector's office, through Janet, and I don't know who was before her, gave the applicant's application. So there was.
She's been here forever. No, I don't remember anybody before her.
Oh,
I remember a lot of building
She's already
inspectors,
done that.
but not.
But this building inspector took that particular job away from her and he does it himself. So she doesn't get the, she
So
doesn't,
what do you mean, he took that particular job away from
Janet,
Janet?
correct.
How?
I have no idea how it works, this is what he told me.
That makes no sense.
He told me this, so,
Janet will get the permit
Mhm.
from the building
The
inspector.
applications.
She will mark it accordingly that it is in the historic district. So when the building inspector was to get that, he is, it's aware it is in the district. So therefore.
it's not going through that process anymore. The current building inspector has only given Janet jurisdiction to work on, I can't remember what she told me. She doesn't deal with new permits. She only deals with
repairs or something.
repairs, inspections,
Mhm.
setting appointments and that thing. He takes care of all the applications now,
Mhm.
according to what he told me.
Mhm.
And Janet confirmed it.
Okay.
So that's why it's missing, because he doesn't have access to the same, if he's at home on his remote phone, he doesn't have access to what Janet does on her
The cars.
municipal computer or cards. And he's not standing in front of an applicant, giving them an application.
So he doesn't know that it's in a historic district,
Right.
unless he looks it up on the map and their address.
No, I disagree. Anything that was put in front of Janet, she will know to mark it that it is in the historic district.
Or is he getting it before she gets it?
I do not know. That
No,
would be
I'm
something.
telling you, he told me that well, let me get Janet in here.
Okay, that would be just as well to bring somebody in that can verify what we're trying to decipher here. Are you confused, designing with what you're hearing? Doesn't make sense.
Again, I'm not an expert at historic commission, but I thought that they were marked. We mark them in the assessor's office.
Mhm.
And years ago, we had discussions about having all of the departments talk to each other. So when a permit is pulled, they tell the assessors to look for it to come up because you're talking about a visit, you're talking about adding the assessed value to that property. So they're supposed to all be talking to each other.
And then we know historic, it would be, then within that process,
Yeah,
historic district would come up.
Correct. And,
But they're-
and I know Janet will come in and she will tell me that I will mark those accordingly to be in historic, so all parties are notified of this
Mhm.
for whatever reasons we need.
But they might have changed that.
Well, I do not see
That's
how our policies change from building inspector to building inspector. I mean, I don't understand that. From Richard Hanks to this Richard,
Mm.
I think these
We had
individuals are
somebody,
consistent.
one or two interim people,
Correct.
you know, and then it's hard because when that person comes in, they're the department head, not the admin,
Correct.
not clerical. So, you know, every boss is different. I don't know. You know,
But at the same time, I think we're all in a specific parameter of our responsibilities and job as a building inspector, a ZBA, et cetera, et cetera. I kind of don't accept, well, this building inspector doesn't work with us, but the other one did. That doesn't flow.
Well, that's what happens.
Well, then I personally will try to delve into that to see why this is happening. That makes no sense. That's an inconsistency I don't feel as though we can work with, or anyone could work with.
Janet, you want to say?
Hi, Janet.
Hey, Janet. Hey, everybody. You all know Janet, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
the record, Janet Levitt, building department assistant. What can I help you with?
Mary Jane?
No, but your question. I'm good.
okay, so just have things changed now with a different building inspector than it was before? And do you still get the applications or no? What happens to an application when it comes in, he's not here?
He does most everything remotely.
Hmm.
So. The application goes into Permit Link. Everything is no longer on paper. Most everything comes in through the
Online?
computer, online. So he reviews all of the building permits, not the gas or electric or any of the other mechanical
Okay,
types of permits, but the building permits he handles mostly on his own. So as far as somebody holding it in their hand and saying, oh, this needs HDC, what I have done to the system is I have flagged
okay,
every property that I know is HDC. So there's a big red box that says flagged,
okay,
and he should be looking at that and then deciding, is this an interior permit that makes no difference to HDC? Or is this something that is going to affect the appearance of the outside?
Which it would in fact be something that triggers HDC,
Right.
correct?
At that point, what should be happening is either an email to the contractor, whichever email has been provided on the application,
yeah,
would get a message that says, this is an HDC property, blah, blah.
you go there
And,
first.
right,
Okay,
right.
that sounds right.
So in other words, you just verified for me what I made the point of. If something in an application comes in, we will have knowledge of it because You have set the computer up so it will flag it if it's in the HDC.
The building
Big red
commissioner
mark.
will.
He's notified. So that system is still in place, correct?
It is.
Thank you.
What I want you all to know is that you do have access to that. You should be.
The
you
commission
should
does?
be-
So it
yes.
should be CC to Mary Jane, in other words.
If there is need, it should go to the email that was given to us for
Mhm.
somebody on HDC to review.
The proper link,
All
correct?
right, if I do see them, I will photocopy and throw it in your mailbox. Or if somebody bypasses everyone and just goes to the clerk and says, hey, I'm gonna do a project, I know I'm in HDC. They will throw your form in your mailbox. So
So I have a question.
what is your question?
I didn't get what you just said. If
What-
somebody goes directly to the clerk, what clerk? The
The
town clerk?
clerk, yes,
Who,
and
who would
says
that somebody be? An applicant?
an applicant, correct?
Okay,
For a
I'm just
building?
trying to be clear.
Or something in
So
the building to the clerk.
Sometimes people do that,
The
sometimes.
clerk should
people
say
don't.
but
that.
it doesn't go
It
there.
goes to Janet, it goes to the building
Here's
inspector.
what has happened.
No gray zone.
Here is what has happened over years. Over time. People have come to depend on the clerk for almost everything. And they know, some people know that it has to be stamped in by the clerk. And that their clock starts running. So
So
they
in
will
other
go
words, who is doing that is obviously circumventing the system by
Maybe.
going around the building inspector.
maybe.
So I think Harrison should be in here, so he hears that, so that doesn't
Well, he's
happen.
online, so hopefully he is hearing it.
Said,
That's-
I'm considering this, I'm unfamiliar with this in my time here. I don't know if that was a practice or something that occurred in the prior years. I don't know if that has occurred.
He would send them to the building department, he would not
does
say.
happen.
Absolutely.
It does happen from time to time, and I would not worry about it. It's not an everyday occurrence.
But if it occurs once, it
Yeah,
is an
'cause we're
occurrence
talking
that
about-
is unacceptable.
Right.
Structure is, that's incorrect process.
It's going to get to us one way or another.
But
Okay, so
And I,
what this
and I
goes.
would only expect Janet, you would say. And
Hmm.
it should go to you first, it should never be
Yes, it
brought
should.
Yes,
to
it should.
the clerk with the intentions of circumventing you. That's
Yes, it should.
incorrect. You know what you need to do and you've done it for so
Should never
long.
happen. I think that's pretty,
Well, she just said it happened.
Well, I don't think it was with the intent of circumventing.
I think circumventing changes the whole thing.
Yes.
Well, how do you know what somebody was
Then
thinking
why
when
would
they did it?
someone
I
go
wouldn't
to
assume
the-
that.
Why would someone
Either
go
way.
to the clerk for a building inspection?
Well,
Like
I
a
can tell you
permit.
something right now.
What
We
if
have
it's a
got
Friday?
we have six deals where they should have gone to the building inspector and somehow they didn't. And that,
Where did they go
And they
then?
went to the clerk?
no, they
No.
didn't go anywhere. The guy did his work and you said they do it all the time. So what I'm trying to do
Who
here.
does it all the time?
You
Who does
heard-
what all the time?
We had an application for 65 million, was it 65 million?
Mm.
65 million. We never had an application. The building inspector missed it, I guess. I don't know. Did you ever have an application? I don't know. All I know is that I drove by, work was done, windows were replaced, walls were taken out. I went to the building inspector. He said, oh, let me check and see. And then he checked and saw, I don't know, next picture shows
I don't know is what he said.
that's what he told me, James. I don't know. So he was gonna go look. He went down, he looked. Next picture showed I got an application filled out by the building inspector, not the applicant, which was incomplete, which I had to send back. And that's when I said, what's going on in your office? I never had this happen before. Is this not right, Susan and Claire?
Right.
Thank you.
Yes.
I mean, you two are pretty new to this, but we've been doing this for a couple of years. and
I
this
may
is
be
all
new
new.
to it, but I am not naive to what I hear and what I understand and what I have
So that happened
experienced, believe me.
Then it happened again on a property right down the street from.
In the firm, 65 Main.
Yeah,
We'll look into this.
Well.
My
I've already-
comment had to do with 22 Main
A
Street,
couple of years ago.
who did it for 2 years.
I don't.
Whether there is something.
Yeah, where the blue vet is, veterinarian.
Like I
It's
said,
not historic
It's not historic, right?
Totally wrong.
Yeah, it is,
It
it is,
the
and that's what we.
void of-
I mean, nobody should be doing this.
No, but
That is the
Okay, that's what I'm
void of-
saying.
Janet, I know you got a good comment.
If the door is closed down there. I don't want anybody at this table to think that it is unusual for somebody to come in. And ask that something be tossed into the mailbox. It's not unusual. I'm not here on Fridays. Bob's not here on Fridays.
Oh,
The
let me get
department is
that, okay.
closed.
You said tossed into the box. So you meant that they go to the town clerk, he stamps it, and then it goes into the building inspector or whatever box, or HDC, whatever box it's supposed to go into.
Correct.
Okay. All right, now I understand.
Not
Somebody
so bad.
delivered and said that office is closed now. Can you put this in their mailbox? Makes sense. I'm good. I understand that part.
Yep. I guess that's.
I understand that.
Also.
Yeah, okay, so you're clear.
Okay. So
I'm talking about why are properties in the historic district owned by certain people not getting applications, not getting building permits until I have to do some kind of drive around town and see what's going on? Do you know the answer to that?
I don't.
Okay, that's where I'm getting at. And
Truly understand your frustration, I see it.
totally understood my frustration. Now, going back, those were the houses, then we had the bridge issue, the trestle issues, where the building inspector took it upon himself to make a decision that those properties were not in the district, which he put on YouTube or whatever that is, that he had made a mistake and he was sorry, but the horse was out of the barn at that point. And that has happened 6 times with him, with the same ownership in the same district, and that's not acceptable to this commission, at least the majority.
Well, wait a minute. He thought it was within his jurisdiction, and he said it when he apologized. He thought it was in his jurisdiction, like is most in cities and towns, the building inspector, that's the zoning official. So he apologized for making the decision because it's not in his purview. It should have gone to you first.
But here's what happened. I asked him to please wait until I got a decision from the state, and he didn't. And that's why he apologized, because I
I
had.
thought it was already done.
No, the work had been done.
This refers to the 2 foot, the railings
Right.
on the footbridges. In regards of a safety overview is what I,
That's not the issue.
oh no, safety.
No,
No,
this
no,
is-
no, no, no,
it is
that
a
was not
safety
the
issue.
You got that all wrong, and that's where it's wrong. I want
Always
to
an
speak to
issue.
that.
Well, you have said yourself that you would not have allowed them.
I have not said that. The issue with me was that the property was in the historic district. I don't care
I
about the
was there,
safety.
you know, I was there and I
That was
absorbed
my
it
issue.
and I understand.
So don't convolute it with safety. That's a whole other
Oh, I
issue.
will always, if safety is involved in it, so if you're as upset with those.
I'm very
railings
upset about that. yeah.
Okay, so if you're in such disagreement with those railings on that bridge,
No, that's not the issue.
okay, let me follow
Oh,
through.
boy.
Hang
Okay.
on. Now, with that fencing that the state just put up, that black wire mesh going,
Yeah,
do you like that?
No, I don't.
Did we make any protest to
It
that?
has been.
and how is that a
Did we
safety
make a
issue?
did we go into
Right.
protest on that to the state of Massachusetts about that?
No,
Proceed. I'm listening. I find that
what's
fence
the point?
far more,
You're not on the
Yes,
same
I'm
page in the
oh,
conversation.
truly I am.
No, you're not.
You're not.
You're
We're talking
over
about
119.
zoning, we're talking about district, we're not talking
I
about
know
safety.
that, and I understand that, and the building inspector was very humble, and he made his apology about not understanding that, how it was structured with the HDC. My point is, and let's get to the point, we should have the building inspector in our coffers, in our corner. for his ability to do enforcement, his knowledge, etc. If you say to me that, well, the prior building inspector worked with us and he was wonderful and we had great luck. But this one, we don't have any luck with him and he's not working with us. There's a problem.
Well, we know that.
Oh, we know that. We totally know that.
That's not,
So,
Right.
so you understand, I am on the same page, Mary Beth. Mary Jane, I understand.
Back, I wanna go back to the part about safety.
Mhm. Mhm.
At no time, ever in my conversations with the building commissioner, was
Rich, yeah. Yep, yep.
safety discussed. Because that was not on the table. On the table was the district.
Mhm.
He made the decision on his own without doing
Yeah,
investigation.
Yeah.
I said, please wait until I have an opinion from the state. He
Yeah.
did not wait. He jumped the gun,
Yeah.
because I guess he was told it had to be done right now by the applicant. Am I right on that? Mhm.
the
So,
work had already been
the
done.
work had already been done.
Genie's out of the bottle.
The point being, he gave me his word that he would wait until I got an opinion from the state, and he didn't do it. And the reason he got on television that time was because I had a letter from the state identifying it.
Right, and you did read it
So-
out and it
Yeah,
verified
it's-
100% you were correct.
And I'm not trying to say I'm correct, that's not my deal
But
here.
you were, truly.
Well, I understand that I was, but I was correct from the beginning, and I asked him to wait and he wouldn't cooperate. So I don't wanna have this commission go down the road again and again, year after year after year, having to prove that we have a district, that we have jurisdiction. I want it settled for good, in a bylaw, or we default to the state. I think that this is where we should be, because we can't guarantee that we're gonna have a building inspector that is gonna be for the historic district 100%. We can't. There's too many
So you
special
already have
interests.
that to go by.
We
then
have this
That's not your
default.
fault,
So
your default.
if you wanna default and not do a bylaw, so my question is, do you wanna do a bylaw to ratify this? Or do we wanna keep this and just have to pull it up every time somebody gets weird?
Well, you don't do bylaws anyway.
No, I know, but we're gonna have to address this bylaw at some point.
In other words, we're gonna have to make a decision when it comes to one, whether we're gonna bring the building inspector in as the overview or whatever is done in HDC. Or we self-govern ourselves, per se.
But we
In other
already
words,
have
the
our
com-
authority for self.
Then you don't need a bylaw change.
You don't. Is that,
I mean, if you're just gonna go on this, you don't need a bylaw change, and we know now that the building inspector doesn't get it first. That if it's HDC, it has to come here first, so there's no permit.
He
So
will
what-
automatically have to step aside and make sure that it comes to HDC.
Right.
so when it comes back to town meeting,
Mhm.
the article,
Yeah,
how is that handled to?
Well,
Harrison,
well,
It
it
can come
should,
back every meeting if it wants to come
it
back,
can, it can.
but if this is,
I'm sorry, I thought I heard my name being called.
you did, it was me.
But if he wasn't following what was.
So when we have an article that was brought up at special town meeting, Article 4 about the HDC and jurisdiction of enforcement. And my question is, it will come back up again. We are gonna make a decision on how we wanna handle it, and if we decide that we wanna keep it as according to Mass General 40C, Section 13, how do we handle that article coming back again?
Sure, so procedurally, the action that was taken was to table the article, and so it stays on the table unless it is either at the same meeting brought back up from the table. Or now that that meeting has been dissolved, it would need to be warranted. So right now, it's basically, it's permanently dispensed with as no action having been taken. So whether an article is brought back and in what form an article is brought is entirely up to the select board in warranting the new warrant. Given the subject matter, the commission may have input on that, but as far as it would be re-warranted by the select board as a brand new article. It wouldn't be
Okay,
specifically listed as a repeat.
Acting leaves it open to be brought back to the table again.
No, it'll be re-warranted.
That's what I mean
Okay.
by it. It
So-
can come back again.
But honestly,
Can't
I don't
watch it.
I don't think it's worth it. So we all thought that this is how it was because that's how it's been or has worked well, if you will, in the past. The only reason why it was brought up was to make it in compliance to what we used to do, which is what the other cities and towns do. Okay, and it's written to still give you this, I say, because the authority to make that decision. From now on, okay, anybody who comes in has got to know that they can't get a permit. This might be one of the things that go on the postcard, you know, that we don't have done yet, but more information given to people who are actually in the district.
Mhm.
And maybe once we get to boards and commissions, we can have a little clip video for the public to see regarding the Historic District Commission and what they should expect and where they should go first for things, because we're hoping to roll that out too. So I say, if you don't wanna have it like all the other cities and towns do have it, that used to be here,
Would you,
then fine, we'll leave it off.
would you clarify that? What is it the other cities and towns do that we don't do?
They have this verbiage in their bylaws.
do you know what towns they were? Cause I looked up 4 towns and I didn't see it.
I think Groton.
I don't
Groton
know,
does.
but this is from other, Groton doesn't have,
Not that language, no.
do they have language in their bylaws
I
regarding?
can't remember how they was worded, yeah, it was worded, but I don't.
Fine with leaving it off the table and you guys come up with what you're comfortable with.
I say that it's already been decided by the state of Massachusetts under 40C, but I don't think we should usurp what we've been given in terms of authority.
I don't think we can.
We're probably right.
I do not think it is,
I don't know.
you know,
Allison.
I'm okay with leaving it off. I'm sorry that we
May I-
spent the
may
money.
I make a commentary?
Mhm.
Okay, 2 things. I understand HDC has to come first. People can make an application for a permit, you know that, they can make the application, they can't be given the permit until your
Mhm.
things are satisfied.
Mhm.
The other thing is, there are people that sometimes don't bother to come and get a permit,
Well, that's the issue.
and that is.
That is the
that
issue.
is an issue.
That's the
Yeah.
issue. we're
So then
talking
you
about.
don't.
understand how this is funneling down.
Thank you.
So just for
That's happened.
clarity, I want
And
you all
not
to
just
know
the
that.
historic district,
Well, here's the thing. So, all right, so.
by many different people.
But be
not
very
just one
clear
person.
about this. If somebody does work without a permit, we don't have to go to the building commissioner anymore. We can take that person and whatever mitigate,
State of
or
Massachusetts.
we can take it to Superior. That's the kind of power we have right now. I don't
Do you have
wanna
to have money
diminish
to do
that. Excuse me?
Do you have to have money to do that?
I'm sure you have to have money to go to Superior Court. I'm sure.
Where do
Well,
you
the
get the
town
money?
council's supposed to represent us.
Exactly.
The time we went,
You,
town
the
council.
historic district went
Yeah,
to
we
Superior Court,
Mhm.
and who was counsel?
June Riddle,
That's a long time
That's
ago.
a long
yeah, it was,
And was it for,
Gordon sign down there on his building.
Where that used to be?
Hmm?
Where
Yeah,
that
where the
used to
bank
be
used to be.
on Main Street?
Mhm.
because it was internally lit, too big?
No, it was an outdoor sign, but it was huge,
And that's historic and you didn't get a permit.
right,
And I assume the Historical Society was able to procure their decision, and it went in your favor, in other words?
absolutely,
Okay,
with the fee. Daily fee.
okay. I mean, I see both sides of this.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Thanks, Diana.
thanks. Nice.
I
to
see
know that.
both sides, where you are with that, Mary Jane. We can't have, and I have to agree, maybe I should, but we cannot have people going about doing things without permits.
What we do, we have a time.
I think that has to come into discussion too.
That is the discussion. And we've been fighting this for 2 years. Correct?
So nobody ever
And
did
this
it before
was
2
it.
years ago? I don't think that's right. I don't think that's true.
Well, not in the areas that we're building.
I mean, we have 6 permits right now that I'm ready to take them to court. But
We have 6
we have
permits
6
or 6
incidents,
people
six-
that did
no,
not
it's all the
hold
same person.
permits.
It's all the same person. It is 6 incidents in District 2. Where,
The harbor,
yes, the owner has gone, if you'll pardon the word, rogue and just done whatever he wants.
I'm sorry, that would be
It's a good word.
it's what you're referring.
And 6 of them, that's a statement against I don't even know what to say. It's, to me, it's irreprehensible that somebody would be that uncooperative with the municipality and the rules. It's just,
It's flagrant.
it's flagrant and it's
Deliberate.
wrong, and it's deliberate, it's flagrant, and I really,
It's not without knowledge, it's with knowledge.
So, with that being said, and I understand where you're coming from. Is there a resolve? And we work to find a resolution. Take this individual, these individuals, or whomever, and work with them. And find a reasonable resolve and nip it in the bud. And we can move forward in better standings. What do you feel would be a worthy resolution? To me, taking somebody, and I'm pretty familiar with just what you're talking about, I am. What is our best resolution? So we can move forward with the plate, get everybody on the same page. And move ahead in good.
Want to know what
good
it's personal,
You know,
personal, okay.
I only say that and you know I give it with a grin, but I do. At the
Okay,
same
I
time.
would say, take down the wall and replace what you took up.
Oh, wow.
You're going to the granite wall that Iconic just put in?
Who's that called?
The individual that just put in the granite wall in
Yeah.
front of the 2 homes.
What's that?
So you wanna take, and I say,
No, I'm saying that would be my solution.
take that beautiful granite wall
Uh-huh.
down. And replace it with the concrete deco.
No, it wasn't concrete deco, it was a short.
I
was it
went up to,
Flexstone?
I know where the rubber went, Mary Jane, I know where the.
All right, don't ask me what you want me to say and then fight me, that's what my opinion
What I'm
was.
saying is, what you're trying to say is just, makes no sense. That
Well, it does. because it
granite
wasn't
wall that
part
was
of
put
this.
in there,
It's not in kind.
it's not
It's not in kind.
in kind, would.
So it doesn't matter if
It's
it
not the
looks
same.
better.
That is not the issue.
That's not the issue.
That is not the issue with us, and we better get that straight, all of us on this floor. Better, pretty, that's not why we're here. We're here for architectural integrity of the historic preservation, not pretty.
Something that was falling apart.
Doesn't matter, it's gotta be replaced in kind then, Lori.
That was
not
only put in
changed.
about
Change it on
10 years
the
ago.
page.
That's all right, you're not on that
I
page.
can't get on that page.
Yeah, I
You
know,
really
it was-
shouldn't
I
be
know
on this
when it was
commission
put
then.
in, I remember.
I'm
what
here
was
as a
done.
real estate
It was
agent
concrete.
and a
wall.
broker and telling you about values. That's my position on this board. I don't have to
I think
in
you-
favor of dilapidation.
We're not
We're not
saying
talking
that, Lori,
dilapidation.
you're taking a huge leap. We're not saying dilapidation. We are saying that we are not about pretty and we're not about clean. We're about keeping it historical. There are a million historical, architectural wood, slate. Everything is now fine. That's what you're supposed to do. You're not supposed to take a building, strip it and change it. You know what? It's like transgendering a building, and that is what we're not for.
Mary Jane, I hate to say this, you really need to take a minute and think about the direction you're taking this commission. I'm sorry.
Well, if you feel that way, perhaps.
I feel that way because at the moment, I'm working on a 200-year-old Victorian that stands up as nice as any building in this town.
Mhm.
And I am working straight forward with slate replacement. I'm putting $100,000 into rebuilding a
You're
barn.
replacing slate. You're
I'm
not
doing,
replacing it with architectural shingles or asphalt sheet, you're replacing it in
but it's
kind.
new slate.
That's all
Blue
right.
is fine.
I'm
No,
moving the
it's
barn
fine.
from its original location
That's
20
fine.
feet away.
First of all, you're not in the historic district, so it's moved. But
Oh, you have to understand what I'm talking about. So why would I spend $5,000 putting a stone wall in on my property? That was dilapidated, trees growing in there.
Okay.
Why do you do that? For
but
the
you're- this is
aesthetics,
apples to apples.
for the aesthetics, for the quality of what I gained on my property by doing that. When you leave an old stone tech block wall that was falling apart, dilapidated, and you show me, you are telling me you're an objection to that granite,
One of those properties had no wall. Now all of a sudden it's got a wall linked to the house next door. That is not historically correct.
Well, guess what, everybody? If the applicant had come to us and we had a chance to discuss it at the board and take a vote, maybe it would have
We
gone,
could have had a
oh, wait,
public
excuse me,
hearing,
I'm
too.
speaking. Oh, yeah, we could have had a public hearing, you're right. But say the vote went out and they said, yeah, you can change the law. That would be fine with me. The point is, the process is being absolutely ignored 100%,
Deliberately.
deliberately, flagrantly, and arrogantly.
I just.
That's the issue.
For me to not get on board, you saying to me that
And you shouldn't have asked me
Well,
the question if you didn't want
if
a
he-
honest answer from me.
well, then you shouldn't, you're getting an honest answer for me. What was
I'm
it?
not asking you a question.
It is a
Telling you right now.
beautiful job and it enhances the look.
Doing this job,
I understand what the point is.
But how do we move forward now? Is your only resolution to take them to court? All of the people.
as far as I'm
did
concerned,
whatever
done is
to
done,
court?
because I'm getting really done with the
Yeah,
whole
so
thing.
how
But
can
you're
we move
destroying the
forward?
look of the village. Am I not right, Susan? Am I not right, Claire?
It's already been.
It's been
destroyed.
destroyed.
Okay, so how do we
It's
move
Cute and pretty,
forward?
but it's destroyed
We can't
architecturally.
change it. We can't change it.
Really
Why
feel
not?
it's that,
100%.
Why can't we change it? Why can't those rails come down and be modified to be safe?
oh,
And
and
pleasing.
you would, we could go and look for a period correct railing system, right?
Well, first of all, that won't happen because Trestle's never had railings. Bingo.
I did my homework on that, but at the same time, I also called 2 scrap yards that do a lot of tearing down of old estates in Boston area. And he said, Jimmy, I've got hundreds of feet of beautiful architectural,
See, now that
Thank you.
was a great alternative, but we didn't get the opportunity.
truly, and
And that's
I
my-
respect that.
But that is my only issue. That's what I want to keep saying like a broken record. It's about the process,
I
it's
got-
about the
I got it.
arrogance.
So that applicant's the rail trail. Right, the trestle.
That was.
Okay, so are all 6 the trestle that you're talking about? I mean, the,
No.
okay.
No, but it is,
Was there an application? Never?
No.
no, and Bob Garside said it wasn't in the district. He fought me for 3 months.
Yeah.
I understand.
And then all of a sudden it is in the district. No kidding, because I had a letter from the state. So,
And he lied about comparing the maps of Groton,
exactly.
which do not exist.
The whole premise was.
They don't,
No,
No,
Groton has no names.
gotcha.
So it goes back to why do we have a historic district
well,
commission?
that's my question.
Yeah.
Why are we sitting here having arguments about stuff that's not gonna
So-
have rules?
Sarah.
Thank you, Garrison.
I prefer not to argue and try to move forward.
Well,
We can't. move
I
forward.
tried to present just
But
now
no, clear.
what
Doesn't get clear. People will
possible,
be able just to do whatever they wanna do and then it's after the fact.
we
when
can't
we're
do
doing
that,
the
I have
So
to.
you
what
wanna
is
go to court?
happening?
That's not my point. That's what do we do? How we interpret
Moving
it.
forward.
And how
what
we
are
do it,
doing
yeah.
forward.
It's wrong. It's wrong.
I think there should be consequences.
Yeah.
I think there should be consequences.
I mean, otherwise, why are we here?
Exactly.
Well, I know since last fall, we've been talking about violations and putting together a list of what the rules and regs would be and what the violations would be if they're not enforced. Where's that?
Well, it's right here, Laura. It says that we can take people to period. I mean, it's in place. We don't have to use it, but it's in place.
Yeah.
It's
It
still.
is.
That's
It
in
is in
place,
the
but
arsenal.
we talked about having a violation
Yeah.
fine list.
We did, yeah, talk.
Meaning
Right.
They'll go to
in-house.
court to be fined. We can't.
No, you can find, the historic
Well-
commission can find,
Without
and you can
court?
have a fine
Yeah,
list without
we
court.
did.
Absolutely, like any other thing.
Signs, if we put it in by, if
Yes,
it's
No,
not,
it's not in the bylaw, you can just do a fine list. The historic and I've said this before, the historic
Well,
commission can have a
found out.
fine list.
Calm down.
But we have just done in conservation, we reviewed all of our violation. What this fine was regularly 10, we increased them to 30. So in other words, we do have the ability to hold people's
so just
feet to the
to,
fire.
Mike, have you actually fined anyone and
Oh, yes,
they paid?
oh, yes.
So, or did you go through court?
Not when you're dealing with the DEP,
Uh-huh.
natural heritage,
Oh.
they've got clout. Once they know they're breathing
Okay.
down their neck from conservation.
I don't know if we have clout.
oh, yeah, we do.
Equal to-
You do.
Every bit equal to us.
I don't think you have to go to court to fine, but
I don't know, I don't know.
I think
the
Lord-
planning board has fines,
Yep.
We find it.
water
bad.
department has fines.
You didn't go to,
Oh, no, common sense through them to the
Conservation
point
has
where
fines.
we're not gonna get away with this. We're up against it. We better pay the piper, you know? Been there, done that.
Mm.
You know, almost 20 years on that commission, so it in far more complicated than what we're dealing with here.
yeah,
Let me get back to this, Mary Jane. For instance, I hate to see us getting hung up with some rails on the trail. That to me demonstrates safety, but at the same time, I said, you know, is there a solution? Can we still do good here and move forward without getting hung up on all this? I think some of this stuff is foolishness. I really do. Not. In your point is right. Why are we a commission if we can't take control of what's going
I've
on?
been saying that now.
We are
for 6
basically
months.
having people sitting there go,
Yeah, that's exactly what's happening.
if I'm on, I find it to be unacceptable and inappropriate, but what are our solutions? This guy will come out, he's gonna send me pictures of half a dozen different railing systems. So we take the PT railings down, we put some nice old architectural wrought iron off of a particular bridge he sent me, and it would look phenomenal.
Well, here's the thing,
Can we find solutions to these things?
if you put an
Can we say-
application in and ask for an application of
Yes.
appropriateness, and you send
Yes.
pictures, and you tell us what you're gonna do, and then we sit as a board and we discuss it,
Yeah.
and we come to a
Allow
vote.
the certificate,
Yes.
bless them, we all work together.
Yes.
We all like each other. Can we find that avenue? Is it possible? Cause what I'm seeing is like, oh, let's take him to court. This
Oh,
guy,
no,
this is
See,
happening.
you're misinterpreting
No.
my whole thing.
And you weren't here last
You
month.
weren't here for the 2 years that we've been battling this.
I'm trying to
Okay.
bring myself up to speed.
Yeah.
You know I am. I truly am. I wouldn't have taken the time to call this scrapyard. I'm gonna get some pictures sent over to
Alright,
you.
so.
Can-
that-
But that other issue with that granite wall that Warren put up from Iconic,
Well, let me tell you this,
I can't,
So,
for the
as-
life of me, Madam Chair, look at that and say, that's just terrible. That doesn't look good.
saying it's terrible, you're not.
So you're saying to me, you do like it and you feel as though it does have a
I think it's very
aesthetic.
beautiful. The granite is gorgeous. I am a big granite person. I got granite walls all over my property.
This
You
is
know that.
farm and you can see what granite
The
is.
point is, the process is
Was
flowing in our
ignored.
face.
that's
Correct.
that's deliberate.
And I wanna say one other thing too. When we were sold, we being the historic district way back in 2023, was it? One of the aspects that Bill Rideout kept writing on was
Rail trail.
rail trail economic development in that district, okay? That we're gonna create the harbor village, it was gonna bring all kinds of money to us, okay? So,
We need that.
and so I have been doing a lot of research, and one of the things that's happening in the world is called heritage tourism. And that's the kind of tourism that brings people who are interested in history.
Mhm.
These people are not the Disney World people. These are people who understand history and are coming to look for cultural, architectural, music, food. to create their heritage experience. We right now have created a Disney World in the Harbor Village. We have taken the history of that church, if you will, and that fire department right now, if you will, and made it very pretty, but it has no historic integrity. So what we're doing is, we're kidding ourselves if we think that real people who want historical experience, they're gonna come and say, no,
Okay, so you know what I think a good solution would have been?
what would have been?
No, I think we should have just left those buildings just the way they are. Right, the church just the way it is, let it fall into the ground.
Yeah, I can't talk to you because you don't get it, you just don't get it, and you who are putting $1 million slate roof on your house should
It's
get
an
it.
mansard, it does not have a
My point
slate
is yours,
roof.
but your slate around the side, right?
Right, second floor, mansard,
So you're spending money,
every day.
yeah, so to
Even
make
in
it
here.
real, to make it real. To make it back when it was, correct?
No, it's just so my parents can look down and say, well, my son's doing a good job keeping the house in good shape.
I don't know, I think though that.
See,
we
that's
should-
apples for oranges, just like I'm trying to say to you, Mary Jane. There are solutions to what was going on in
But for you
the
to say
house.
that we should have let the church ride, I think is very, very
What
meaning.
was the solution? What did you have? What were your plans on keeping it in good standings and living on for another 100, 200
We knew
years?
it wouldn't. We knew that it would not stand
No, we knew that.
very much longer.
So we're going to allow what? What was the
But
solution?
because someone putting their money in to do it. Meant that we had, and they never came before us. So we had no say in anything because it was all done. The doors and everything.
Well, we were,
For us.
well, just remember, they kicked me off the board.
Yes,
Mrs. You both just let the old fire station fall into Miller's Brook.
didn't say
Let
that.
the old
Didn't say
church.
that.
I don't think we're, you know what?
What
this
was
is
I?
like not-
What
this
is
is
the
a-
solution?
The town of Townsend was responsible for that fire station. And the HDC begged and begged and begged for them to enforce DCR to do maintenance on that building, and nothing ever happened.
No,
We don't have money to pick the trash out. We are gonna
HDC?
barely have enough
Wait a
money to
minute,
keep
wait a
the
minute.
roads
Let
plowed.
me finish.
Excuse me. I apologize.
This was a good 10 years ago.
Mhm.
3 or 4 site, town administrators ago, that this all started.
Mhm.
And in the lease, it stated that DCR could have the use of that building
The old fire
free of
station.
charge with maintenance. DCR never lifted anything more than a rake to rake up, so,
Okay.
okay?
Who's DCR?
Department of Conservation,
And recreation,
recreation.
Oh, in town?
which would be like the people that take care of Willard Brook Dam. and
right,
Pond.
those exact people, it's all one and
I'm
the same.
very familiar with them. That's
Yeah.
almost like having fish and game do it,
Yeah,
which makes absolutely no sense.
well, that the town entered into that lease.
Yeah.
Well,
Them. So,
once again, if I could be so bold as to say, it's disturbing to hear you women say that you look at the harbor as Disneyland.
I do,
No,
I see it, I don't think it's.
Would you prefer everyone to walk around in Pilgrim Garb and?
no, we're not talking about that.
Well, what we're
That's not
talking
the
about, you
interpretation.
want things to stay and not be changed.
Okay,
I have a 3-story post in Bean Barn, I cannot leave it without doing some very serious
We
engineering
don't-
work that save it,
you're
just so it'll
missing
be there for 200 more years.
you're missing the point.
Please enlighten me so I would not be so
We are
disruptive.
not saying that we will not, we want everything to fall over. Of course, we want things to be done right. But
Mhm.
we want the process to be done right, and I, as the chair, and any individual person does not make that decision. It'll be a board decision that we vote on. But we can't vote on it if we don't have the application.
That's the
Yes,
whole.
ma'am.
That's the
That's
point
it.
of this thing.
Right there.
I didn't disagree with you on that.
Well, that's
How
the
do we
point.
move forward?
I don't
We have to
know,
have a
we'll
way
have
of
to
moving.
figure it out.
Cause we can't do this, we're stuck in the mud.
We're
And I
talking about-
wouldn't I can't for the life of me figure what the solution would be with HDC taking over that old fire station and leaving the church to its own demise.
I don't get why you keep saying that.
That's not ever been our point. Never.
It's never been the point.
No.
You're missing the
Yeah.
point, you keep repeating it. The point is,
You wanted to say authentic and period, and not change,
oh, wait, okay,
right? You wanna see it stay in original status.
architecturally,
Correct.
not construction wise, but architectural, visual. The architectural aesthetics, not the roof, slate, or whatever you call it today, plywood versus wood versus vinyl siding. Et cetera, and the integrity of what the building was made for. And that's just an example, and the fire station is another example. Of, I think everything's. Who knows what it is.
Everything is, what do you mean, what refer
I can
to?
tell you that the sign is not period, because guess what, I don't think they had gold leaf in 1700.
No, it's not period.
Yeah, not even close.
And if they're thinking about bringing people in for a historic district, gonna just look, I set up as an example of Williamsburg, or what's the one in Western?
Mystic, all this.
And we're not following that.
Not at all.
We're not following that. So it's gonna be a big, fraud.
Yeah, Susan, that's very well put, is fraud.
It's,
Is.
and it's the people with
possible?
Architecturally,
the
the
people
fraud.
with the
Is it
money do
possible
not
to
see
do
this.
that?
Oh, absolutely.
The people
And
with the money,
can we execute that type of work? And keep it to the original?
is that
Footprint.
Well, aren't you doing that at your house?
I can't. Why did I move the barn?
I don't know
Couldn't
why
on the
you
old
do
front-
the barn.
Cause I couldn't, how can you put a foundation under a 3-story barn?
You jack it up.
We have to jack it up anyway, but it would be
where's your building?
monetarily in.
What's-
I
It's on
can't,
West Meadow Road.
I couldn't financially. It was cheaper for them to raise the barn, pull it off of the old floor, trolley it over, drop it back down onto a re-engineered modern floor.
Hmm.
So from my barn floor in the basement where I had to pour concrete, it's all 2005. But from the upstairs floor where I cut all my own oak boards, it's all 100% 200 and odd years of handmade. All post and beam, hand hewn. No saws were done on that. It was all hand sawed and scribed. It's a beautiful barn.
But let me
It's
help
the
you on
only way
that.
I could do it.
We do not have jurisdiction below grade, so your foundation, you could put anything you wanted.
I'm
So,
stuck.
I mean, in terms of this
That's my
board.
plan.
So we just, I don't know, for myself, for being on this commission, I believe that the mission of the commission is to keep the integrity of the architectural preservation of our districts. That's what I am committed to.
And we're butting heads.
Can we do it? Is it possible?
Well, if
I
we don't
mean,
put an
can we
application,
do it?
it's not possible.
Can people afford it? Can people actually do that within their means?
Well, everybody that we've had up until this year has been fine with it. I mean, we've had pushed back a little bit. Money was one of the things.
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you exactly what one, the bank. The bank building, the rec building,
Oh, the rec.
the rec
yeah.
building. They had an issue because that was a slate roof,
Mhm. The old Townsend.
the bank.
Bill Bank, yes.
They submitted an application because they wanted to change their roof. They wanted not to do slate, they wanted to do polyester or whatever. So
Definitely. Sure.
I don't even know what it is. So they put an application. No, it wasn't asphalt, something else. So they put in an application. It was brought before the board.
Yeah.
They brought in pictures. They showed us what the difference
Mhm.
was. They pleaded their case. At the time, we had an architect on the board, which we should have, but of course we don't. And we voted again. And so we voted and the vote came out. It wasn't unanimous by any stretch, but the vote came out that they were allowed to use the prefab slate look
Mhm.
because they couldn't afford it.
Right.
Because there is an application for hardship. We,
That's, so you understand where I say to you, is it feasible? Can people afford to be able to bring it back in a condition of originality? It's a tough one.
but we're not saying they have to use hand-hewed boards, we're not saying they have to use slate. But what we're saying is you can't change it from two doors to one.
Mhm. Right,
I understand. I don't mean to be.
and if people don't come before,
counter-resistant,
if people don't come before us and just go ahead without. You know,
but what can we do? How do we know?
it's done.
Why are we here?
Okay, well, we're trying to educate people more of what they should be
Yeah.
doing and putting the information out there. And I mean, I'm certainly willing to do that moving forward. We can't. I don't know what you wanna do about the past, but moving forward, we can try to get the word out to everybody.
Well, some people know the word already and won't. come
Yeah,
forward
yeah,
with
Well,
permits.
you have to put the fine thing in place, like the other boards do.
Yeah,
Well. Yeah,
I think you have,
I mean, how do the other cities and towns do it if they have violations? They must
I
have
don't know.
a thing
I don't
they
know how.
process. I don't think everybody goes to court.
I don't know, I have no idea.
And it's more expensive to go to court now than it was
Yeah.
20 years ago.
I can't answer that question because, quite frankly,
it's frustrating.
it's frustrating, I don't care, back to this, if we're not gonna make people follow the rules, why have the commission? That's my
Yeah.
theory. Why are we wasting our time?
But I
If
thought
we're
we're
gonna
moving
say
forward and we will have a plan for them. They have to follow and they will be fined if they do not.
Okay, so you and Jerry are on that subcommittee, correct?
Yeah,
Okay, so will you and Jerry get together and for the next meeting, can you bring something back
I
to
can
us?
try, but I think she's not been around.
Oh, she's not around now.
Yeah.
She should be back in a week.
So
we-
we have to.
Okay,
Jerry
well, in a
would
couple
be-
weeks I can meet with her. Jerry Lynn.
Jerry,
I did send you an
Yes.
email
and
with
she's on this
where
commission,
she
right?
could look.
Okay,
Water
she's on another
department,
commission where they're doing
planning,
structuring or,
Where,
I don't know.
Jerry Lynn could look.
Yeah,
He was gonna put it together.
Oh,
Water commissioner.
I'll ask, I haven't talked to her.
Okay,
She's on the water committee.
so there's.
but I just like for us not to get stuck on this. And I am struggling to sit there and try to disagree with you about what you're saying. I can't. You're right. I can't disagree with you.
If people are
We-
bypassing getting a permit, following all the rules that everybody is supposed to follow in Townsend,
There should be a fine.
there should be a fine.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I don't know that it's with that fine or the building inspector. I don't know. I don't know where it comes from.
No, it
We
comes
could-
under the
it's
historic
down here.
district,
We-
yes.
We can, just like I was saying, we just upped all of our standing fines. What we did is we went to 3 other towns,
Because of it.
got it correct, and an overview of where they are. And we're like down here and they're up here and it's like, ooh,
Mhm.
so we
Yeah.
brought them up. For 2 different reasons, to be current and for them to see, ooh, if I don't draw within the lines here, it's gonna cost me some money. So that was I think it would be in our best behoove to, as Lori's saying, structure a particular fine strategy. For when people get out of. No, you were supposed to get an application, you were supposed to A, B, and C, you didn't do any of the 3 letters here. Take them to task.
So,
And I don't wanna see anybody get behind that, cause we don't like that in conservation, cause you don't make friends and it isn't a good thing for our community. Can we seek a reasonable, let's get together with what is creating our problem? Everybody sit down, let's find a good solution. Let's everybody figure it out together and move forward.
well, the other thing is, I don't think that. Up until this debacle in District 2. We never had issues, because even we had this one investor, flipper, real estate lady.
Mhm.
She came in from Westchester or something. She bought a building. And there was a barn in it.
Mhm.
She wanted to take the barn down.
Mhm.
We said no. She fought us a little bit
Why did she wanna take the barn down?
because she wanted to put a deck on the house. We said no, absolutely not. So we we must have had 10 visits with her, right?
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
yeah, before she's really nuts. And she would do something and then she'd change her mind and she'd say we didn't tell her stuff and she was a real pain in the neck. But eventually, she had somebody come, oh, I know what we did. We had the barn, we had a structural engineer come in and tell us the barn could be saved.
Mhm.
Once we had that certificate from him, we told her she had to save the barn, end of story, and she did.
Mm.
And she did every single thing we told her. I mean, she fought us tooth and nail, but eventually, and her building looks gorgeous right now. Gorgeous, talk about pretty, talk about value, the place is beautiful, it's big red, Empire Grecian up in West Towns.
Greek revival.
Greek revival, it's gorgeous.
They just did it. They just repainted the barn and everything, got the lawn done,
Yeah,
did the top
yeah, it
drive.
looks great.
They
It looks
did a nice
great.
job.
But she fought.
She was an out of towner too.
She
Oh,
wanted,
yeah.
but
She
she
was
wanted
up
to do
late
what
night.
you guys are saying, she wanted to make it pretty
Yeah.
quick, but she didn't wanna keep the architectural integrity. And eventually she did, and I think that,
I mean,
Kudos to her.
kudos to you.
well.
That's
kudos to
called the worth of holding your
Yeah.
feet to the fire. That was the worth of what the commission can do.
That's right.
Correct,
But
but she
we're up
did make an
against-
application, so we know about her. So we know about it,
Yeah.
so that's the first step.
Right.
And if, I mean, in hindsight, once a person's done all the work, I mean, I would say take it down. Because you didn't follow the rules, but I know, you're much softer than I, but, we have to do something, I guess. We can't do anything about the Harbor Village. It's decimated, in my opinion. It's not,
Madam
what, it's
Chair,
not beautiful. In my
Okay.
opinion,
please, it's.
I get to
I know
say
you're
it's
having
free
trouble-
speech,
I
First
know you're
Amendment.
Having trouble wrapping your head around it, but. I've been here since '59, and I gotta be honest with you, the harbor. Is
Looks
looking
a
up,
lot better. I agree with you 100%. Yeah, that big old dump that used to be up on,
I
yeah.
can remember going down with the cousins down on Turnpike Road and lighting it up on fire.
The dump, it looks
I mean,
better than the dump.
I go way
on that
back.
property. But anyway, so I don't think we can do anything about, I mean, I like your idea of trying to do something about the rails, but
Oh, we can, that can be an issue,
that's a decision.
but would that be something? We could all work together, can we find resolutions to these?
We can find, Jamie, if we had applications, we will discuss it as a
Well, that-
group and we'll have a
We're not,
vote.
we're not starting at ground zero here.
Okay.
Yeah,
Alright, so can we move forward?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Okay, why don't we change that by saying, I hope so, let's see what we
Yeah, I
can do.
hope so, yeah.
Let's see if we can work to get some resolve. get
I
some
don't wanna get into
sectors.
personalities.
Oh,
Number
yeah.
6 on here,
Yeah.
what was it?
number
Right?
6, that was the. on the-
That was the whole, yeah, that was all on that.
Okay.
That segued to that.
Table right now.
All right, we're tabling this.
So in other words,
Speak with the
gonna
fee
try to-
schedule and notice. To the non-applicant
Mhm.
of penalties.
So fee
I'll
schedule,
try to get with,
We say
Jerry Lynn
cease and desist.
before the November.
too late,
meeting.
too
It's
late.
too late, yeah.
yes,
don't have
once
any
it's
rules,
done,
like-
there's no deceased.
To be told.
Yeah.
It's a decent,
Yeah.
And that is it.
But we're trying to move forward, so we're trying to get things in place so that. we
Well,
have teeth.
let me just tell you this one thing. Don't blow off the fact that we still have the right to take this to court and have the court decide if it's architecturally within the
Okay, we
parameters. I mean, we
started that a
can-
half hour ago. and-
Yeah, no, I mean, that's an, in
Is
other
that what
words,
you're gonna do?
It's a
no, I don't want to,
tool in the box, it's an option,
that's right, we're gonna talk
but
about
can
this
we
later.
find kinder, more community friendly ways of to resolve?
But we're talking
It takes
about
two to
two things.
tango.
We're talking about moving forward,
Words.
we're gonna do the fines.
You're right.
But we're talking about what the situation that we're stuck with right now. So there's two different things we're talking about.
True.
So let's focus on one thing.
Yes.
Let's focus on the fines, because that's the moving forward part of this.
Mhm.
And I'll try to get with Jerry Lynn and we'll try to have a report for your November meeting.
Now, Claire, what were you talking about just 2 seconds ago about the fee schedule and the application? Did you say something?
If we
about-
notify this non-applicant
Mhm.
that the trestles,
Oh, now, okay, now they're not moving forward, you're in the back. hold on.
No, I'm moving forward, that the existence of the trestles will cause him to incur a daily fine.
Oh, I don't know.
Bring me back up to speed. In other words, we're so adamant with those pressure treated railings on that we're gonna now levy a fine.
If they're not removed and replaced with whatever you come up with.
Whatever I come up with. That's interesting. Now, I come up with.
Bring the photos and whatnot.
Yeah.
and that-
Yeah, we have an application.
And we have,
Absolutely.
Related to railroad type.
He
Right,
had all kinds of different things from old bridges, from estate fencing to side. There was a multitude of different.
you're gonna have to talk to the applicant.
No, he is, as a member of the commission, he's gonna bring alternatives to us.
Yeah.
To discuss.
Yeah.
We're not doing, you can't do the application, and
No.
but we'll tell. the
I can
applicant
have
after
a
we-
discussion with the individual or the applicant.
Yeah,
So we can move it ahead.
right,
Good.
yeah.
so you're representing the
So you get
commission.
back into.
Yes.
And I will do
Yeah.
eloquently representing our food.
Okay, so that's a good idea.
And because there's never been any kid that drowned off those trestles, they do not have to be.
But I've fallen off twice on my bike going through.
Well, you had
You
no
weren't
business
careful.
on your bike on
Shouldn't have been on it.
there for training.
So that's why I didn't make a big deal, because that's the first thing I heard. You shouldn't have been doing it.
That's right. And today, the rail trail does not go there.
They
The rail
said
trail
that.
comes out on the side.
And I really think we have to read it, because a lot of people do not understand that the rail trail does not go from the church to
There
the
is,
trestle.
there is some misunderstanding.
There
I
is-
Well, I think they understand, but they choose not.
I do
like what I'm
think,
hearing.
I do think that,
We're finding ways to make some resolve and get everybody going in the right direction. And I'm gonna keep pushing you three gals to say, the church really did come out pretty decent. It does look, because it really does.
That's not the point.
I know, I'm trying to get you to.
I know.
not
no,
do that.
no, we're sticking the Three Musketeers.
Can we just go forward?
Yeah,
Yeah, okay,
Um,
all right, so,
I have a job, you have a job for
No, I
November
know, I got
meeting.
laid off today.
Next,
I've got a life.
all right, so,
We all have a life.
okay, so you're gonna report to us on fines next time with Jerry Lynn, hopefully. And, James, you're gonna get with the architectural,
Yes, ma'am.
like, and get us pictures.
Right.
Okay.
Should we meet
so-
earlier than the schedule, the monthly schedule?
We can, if you want, if you don't wanna push it off, we can have another meeting if you want. Why not?
I'm not here next week.
Well, no,
And
that's
when did you say Jerry Lynn was back?
14th, which is mid next week. I
Right,
think.
and I'm
That's
back
the
the
next
20th.
weekend. Oh, then after the 20th,
Yeah.
maybe.
Yeah,
Yeah,
But I don't know how much we'll have within, let me see. What,
like maybe the end of the month, like in 3 weeks.
Well, if that's all we're doing, then we can help them with fee schedule.
Yeah, we could, yeah.
Okay.
All right, that sounds cool.
Who
I
will reach out
Yeah.
to some of
Last-
the other towns as to, I mean, I gotta go to Dunstable tomorrow to see the Duggan brothers, so, think I should pop into TH to see where they are with their historic district.
Yeah.
Are they finding what,
yeah.
how
Well,
are they
that's a good
structured?
idea.
yeah.
So I'll go visit George and Hugh, then I'll go to the town hall, which I like down, I really
What
like.
town is that?
That's, yeah, that's the idea.
They're the ones that have the big cow on the barn.
Right.
I'm familiar with Dunstable.
And they're great guys. Well, they own the property across the street
Right.
from me. So you
Oh.
and George always come up and,
Oh.
what are you doing, Jim? Well, nothing now that you're here. Come on, let's have a cup of coffee.
Okay,
They're
what we're
really
gonna
nice.
do,
I love those.
right, get back on track.
Guys.
We're gonna talk, we're gonna
Look here.
table this educational course.
Oh, we're back on the
I'm
agenda.
sorry, yeah, try to stay
Come on,
focused.
come on, stay with us.
Have you gone online at all, your classes?
Oh, I know what we
No.
have to do. Oh, that's,
What?
oh, for the review,
Sure.
okay,
So
so
it's,
you're not,
three of us are all set. Claire is not.
Claire, you gotta, for what? No, it was Susan, wasn't it?
What?
Susan's all set. Her name's on here.
I'm all set. I
Yes.
mean, I've gone through my ethics training
So I'm all set.
before.
Yeah.
What?
Also,
Carolyn's all set, Susan's all set,
Yeah.
I'm all set, I think you are.
I'm all set, yeah.
You're in here, right?
Yep.
Yeah, you are,
What
but Claire is not.
class do you feel like?
No, this isn't quite.
These
this
are
is,
the ethics training.
ethics training.
This isn't
I'm gonna
classes
double
in
check.
historic,
Yeah,
this
that's
is
fine.
your
Yeah,
ethics
that's
for
fine.
being on a
I
board,
thought you
any
were-
board in Townsend.
any board.
4 of them, so yeah, I'm all set.
Hey, Harrison, are you still on? Are you listening to us or are you just autopilot?
I would go for a review of freshman, whatever.
When was this done? This was done last month, right? Oh, he's not listening.
There's gonna be something at the town hall on that.
They did that.
They already did it, oh.
This says
All right.
August 29th, 2025. Digital learning completion status summary,
But that's only on the digital, so if you did it not on digital, and we won't be on that, and I think you did it not digitally. Not in the,
How else
portal.
would you
She's not
do
in the put, well, before, this is new. This digital business.
but this is how we've done it
Yeah,
for years,
Oh, you did?
years.
I don't know then. I think it's a.
There's a new portal.
I think it's a new
we'll be able to-
portal. Yeah.
I know what the
Just check
seniors
the
have.
hours.
They send you notices. Yeah, they send you an email.
Harrison, are you still with us?
Harrison,
I am, what's going on?
Okay, we have a question about the activity with the license, with the ethics commission and the review sheet.
the digital learning,
Okay, sure, here, let me come to the other room.
okay.
Okay. Review and you gotta sign this. Okay.
So
the
it's
recap.
the ethics commission. And conflict of interest.
Hi, we just need some.
Sure.
Tutorial on the portal, like if you're not on, like Claire's not on here.
Yeah, so the State Ethics Commission website has a page, if you just Google State Ethics Commission Training Massachusetts, it'll come right up. And you'll be able to sign up and access that portal to
So the
complete the
portal
training.
is something new then,
Yeah, that started in 2023.
Okay.
And
the rest of us are on.
and just make sure you pick Townsend as your town in the system, because otherwise you still won't be on the list, even if you've done it. And we see this a lot, if you were an employee for another town and you moved to Townsend, you know, you might forget to change it in the system to.
They did that to me, cause I did it for MRPC,
Yeah, so yeah, you might have been in their system and you
And
just had
here.
to switch it to Townsend.
right,
So Harrison, this says Finance Committee, Council on Aging, but it doesn't say Historic District, does that matter?
That doesn't make a difference as long as you've done it, and that's
Okay.
based off of what
Or
you put
Townsend.
into it, so I think the system makes you, well, someone's got it blank, so. It may or may not require you to put in what board or department you put in, I've seen some people just put various if it's many. That doesn't make a particular difference, as long as you do the training and you pick Townsend. Then you're good, and you can, as far as I'm aware, they made it in the system, so you can pick multiple towns or entities. So if you're, let's say you're involved with MRPC and the town of Townsend, you can pick both, so that way both the town of Townsend and MRPC can see your results.
Okay, that's fair. So Claire, you gotta go online and check it out.
And if you need an extra hand, we're working on getting a terminal in the clerk's office, a laptop or desktop or something, so that people can come in and.
Oh, that's good.
The
Oh,
training,
yeah.
and we can help,
Yeah.
get you through that, so
Excellent.
we'll have that available soon.
Yeah, cause Sabrina helps. She gets me set up with
Yeah,
Margaret sometimes on different webinars upstairs in the office, just
Yeah.
easier for me to do it, cause she can get to it easy and I'm like,
yeah,
and I'm
exactly, so yeah,
So you guys can
we'll be able to help, fairly soon, I think we're expecting that laptop to be set up in the near future.
Cause she had said something about.
Yeah,
Oh, that's
absolutely.
good. That'll be good
Perfect.
for even you come in, sit and do it if you didn't
Might
want.
as well, I'm all set.
Okay, so the greenhouse.
That for me, it's.
Yeah, we did a council on aging.
Oh, okay.
I signed.
This is just,
Are you with council on aging too? Are you with the council on aging?
Number
Yeah, I am.
8,
If you guys lost. it.
number 8 is review event, I have this right
What
here,
was her name?
so I'm gonna give it to you,
I should not
Rebecca
sign.
Moss.
okay.
Don't we
No,
have
say
to-
the same, the same.
She was one of the assistant councils. She helped me with some, yeah, in town. That
Oh,
was
yes,
that.
Does there have to be a vote?
Yeah.
No, the board, no, because
That
of
was
the
the
time.
budget cut.
But what I'm doing,
Yeah.
Lori, is
That was too
every
bad.
time somebody comes to us
I
for
thought
the
she was-
in the historic district that's gonna do work, whether they need to have us vote or not, because if it's in kind, we don't have to vote on it.
I don't understand that. Why wouldn't you just vote that everything was okay? You got an application.
We
and you
can,
vote to sign it.
we can do that. This one came in when there was nobody here, so I couldn't
know.
get it signed. So I, as the chairman, I approved it, but I wanna have everyone ratify that that approval is okay.
I'm happy to do that.
Because I just don't wanna look like I'm trying to do everything myself. And the other thing is,
But is that allowed for you to do? So
yeah,
just because you're chairman, you can sign without anybody else?
on, go ahead,
No, you go ahead.
only on in-kind replacements.
Is that in the
Yes.
40C?
Yes, well, that's in our bylaws,
When you say in
In your
kind,
bylaws?
like they wanna put clapboards up. In kind, they're not doing vinyl siding, they're
They're replacing
replacing wood for wood,
Yeah,
that's in
Read
kind.
us.
Yeah,
Like a
so this
repair.
is the historical society.
And that would be 72?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
if they stay in kind,
they're in kind,
yes, right, you can do that, yeah.
I'll make a
It
motion.
wouldn't make us, it wouldn't make sense to come for a meeting when it's already something that's, we've determined is all right to do,
yeah.
Okay.
which is, they just need to get our approval.
That's the
Stay,
chairman.
stay.
We as a committee authorize the chairperson if it's in kind. Because to come to a meeting to bring that together when it's already a moot point, that's the way we would have. voted.
Okay, so you're stating this like you've already done this before.
Yes,
So at one time, you have in your minutes that you voted for the chairman to sign any applications.
I believe so. I don't.
1970, I think, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know the date though. We-
1970?
Okay,
Because here's the reason, you don't have to have approval to do in kind. But since I
So in other
became the
words,
chair,
it's the level of what is being done doesn't warrant a full meeting, we take and make a simple, straightforward, understandable decision. I get
but I
that.
changed it up a little bit. I wanna have for every piece of property that's in our district, I wanna make sure we have written paper trail of what they've done. So the Reed House is now just changing the clapboards. We don't have to have a meeting on it. I can sign off on it. They don't even probably, they just have
So
to
in
tell.
other words, to a degree, is it a replacement of the exterior
It's a
side?
repair.
Yeah,
or
right.
replace-
So I'm gonna
yeah.
file this, so if anyone ever pulls the Reed House in 20 years, they can see when the clapboards were replaced and what was used.
Mhm.
Just to keep a record.
okay, so it's just part of the minutes then.
Yeah,
Okay.
So
Yeah,
we
no,
don't
I
have
got
to
it, no.
sign.
Well, I know, I
I'll
would
make
like
a
you to
motion.
sign to, just to, you don't have to.
No.
You don't have to.
And then it's not dated either. When did you sign it? But you signed something for him back in September?
Oh, yeah, I've already, Janet already has it, cause of course, they needed it right away, so,
but that should be in our minutes, because
it's in our minutes, and
Yeah.
I clocked it in with the clerk's office, and I gave one to Janet. I just saved it out for us to get signatures, but if you don't wanna sign it,
Okay.
that's fine. Doesn't matter.
So in question about when you say if the Reed House was gonna do clapboards and change them, they would be just allowed to do it in vinyl.
No, not in vinyl, no, they can't do that.
So that's what I'm saying. You would require them
Yes.
to be replaced in wood, whether it's pine, redwood, cedar, et cetera, et cetera.
the commission has allowed vinyl.
Well, we know that because we just saw all the work that was done in West Townsend.
No, that wasn't vinyl, she did, that's all wood replacement.
It was
The saddle shop.
Oh, no, that was another.
it was the rectory.
So, well, I say that for a specific reason.
Yeah, we had a lot of trouble with that.
You know, I see all the work that gets done in West Townsend
Yeah,
and the harbor and the center, so
all right.
where did we miss, what did we miss there?
This is the meeting.
That's
Not all,
changes.
not all mine, we compromise with
This
it.
is the stamp.
Oh, so you were able to work something with
Yeah.
Phil?
Right.
So in other words, the show area with the big glass fronts,
Yeah.
that's still white, all in the back,
That's
so
what
it's
you
like
said.
that whole side, that's the
What you
most
can see
visible.
from the road.
Fine.
And the Catholic Church rectory, which burned. Were you here when the rectory burned?
Yes.
Yeah, so the commission did approve and allow them to do
But you
license,
signed
they
on
couldn't
that
afford
date.
to do.
9/11,
Yeah,
Now, the rectory is.
25.
one-
I'm just making a note in my file.
to change.
That,
And also the Methodist Church was
True.
approved years ago because they couldn't afford to keep clapboards up and painted.
right, and they gotta look at the steeple soon.
All right, the
They gotta look
educational,
at the Steeple soon.
right, let's move to the,
Climbed up there,
number
the-
9
Oh, yeah,
has to do with the educational
that was my
courses.
Sunday school class, I said.
Okay, 9,
So I think once we start these classes, you're gonna learn tremendous amount. I did not bring with me the courses, but I will bring it. And we'll pick what class we wanna see, and I would really like us to review it together. So that we can talk about it and push our ideas around and see how we.
What classes
talked
are
about
you
this
making,
last year.
Sam?
Yeah, I know,
a year ago.
I know.
What classes are you?
These are
making?
webinars
Historic.
that the Historic Commission, Massachusetts Historic Commission has put out. And they deal with different topics within our district.
Do you know how long each one is?
And they're not more than an hour, so I've taken. I would say
So we
maybe
have to plan
45
on-
minutes.
Okay, so we have to plan a 2-hour meeting.
Or I think that should be the meeting.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Say
Just
do
do a
class
recording,
work
we have
after you're done.
recording.
Yeah.
Yeah,
A quick report and then the meeting, because there's no sense dragging this thing
Yeah,
over
good.
2
and you'll
hours.
leave a little time at the end of the meeting to
Just for a
get
chat.
feedback
Just so we can be on the
to
same page.
this.
That's a good idea.
And I just think it would help us. There's some really good ones. The architectural ones are really good. The, what was that, when we were dealing with the church, the Harvard Church, there was an issue of when a building becomes obsolete. What do you call that?
Oh, geez, I had it until he said obsolete.
I'm sorry, so something about the building is obsolete. So there are certain rules that you can follow to bring it up to, it doesn't have to be exactly the same,
Make it usable.
but it's usable.
Oh,
So in other words, it's out of compliance, it is not able to be,
You wanna
That might
make,
That might be a good one to start with.
that's, I'm telling you, like, yeah.
which one is that again,
The
Lauren?
one she's talking about,
About with the
buildings
compliance,
that are obsolete, how do you bring them back? or
obsolete
whatever.
buildings, and what you're allowed to do, what's allowed and what's not allowed.
To be able to bring
Like
it
the
back to
library?
life?
Library, but I wouldn't buy the hard library.
So the Hyde Library,
Tough shape.
is that considered
It's in
historic?
tough shape.
oh, yeah, I was gonna ask.
It's a historic building, but it's not in the district.
Oh,
Since
okay.
nineteen
All right.
sixties.
I might buy some.
That's a lot to clean up.
No, I know, I've been in it and I
You can buy it for
understand.
$1.
The heart.
Hold that
As is.
as is, exactly, you have to get rid of the stuff that's inside.
Yep,
And the mold
Mold.
and the asbestos
Oh, yeah, mold.
and everything else.
Mm.
It's, well, that's why we can't
it is.
sell it. It costs a full.
Cost to be able to do that with the foundation, I was just in there last month, and I was just like, foundation.
Yeah.
It's over.
It's almost too far gone.
That's my first,
Sad.
The obsolete one first.
You're right.
Bank, then we'd go over it and I'd do my book work over at the library and Mrs. Teddy.
Yes,
when I
yeah, let's
cried
do
and
that
I
the
cried.
November, the first class. And we're gonna do the.
Imagine
That was
that.
Mrs. Hale,
And he's
Mrs.
in
Hale?
or whatever.
It's the next
the
class.
librarian.
Now, I
Yes,
don't wanna
yeah.
keep you, but I don't, what time
Oh,
is
Mrs.
it?
Teddy was my, at the Concord Church.
It's more than 4, it's 4:35.
Oh,
Maybe 10.
all right, so I wanna just.
She was
try-
like, me,
My handout. This is a handout that is examples of other towns that give letters to their historic district people. This is just for your information. This is not
This is some place of the postcard.
correct. Now, one of the reasons we have to do something about the postcard, we might have to go to a letter, is because we have no more money and we didn't get appropriated our $500
No.
this year.
Why?
We should have a bake sale somewhere.
Oh, maybe we could do a
We
little
could do that.
fundraiser. Let me think about that. That's a good
Well, they do
idea.
bake sales during an election, they used to.
Oh, we have no elections coming up. Oh, yeah, we do. Let me think about that. That's a good idea, Susan. How fun
We used
is
to do that.
I think so. We just got what, select board permission to have it in the entryway when people
Yeah,
come in to
yeah,
register and have food and, or. You know, if,
Little bags of cookies and stuff,
Yeah,
might earn $12, 25
exactly. All right.
donations.
or more.
Donations are.
Donations,
oh,
yeah.
Yeah, they work.
Donations actually are the,
There you go.
I've seen people pay a
So-
lot of money for just one cookie before.
you did something like this, you could do a two-sided with some length, as if you're gonna mail it, either that. Or you have something ready for the election. And you have a
I found a
handout,
handout, that,
which is only printing it off versus mailing.
Mailing it, yeah.
yeah, that's a good idea.
Mailers are expensive,
Mm.
affect
Yeah.
everything, there's nothing we're doing right now that isn't. So I will bring forward at our next meeting, wrought iron
This is
fencing
from
of
Wisconsin.
No, I know that, but we just.
There are
it's a store.
examples, just examples.
We just got ideas from the store.
So can I bring one more thing
This one.
forward?
All right, go ahead.
What can we do to find some, with that granite wall that was put up? Is there some type of, we like it, but this cannot go on anymore, so in the future, we go. Because I was under the, with the owner, it was replacement.
She lied.
Building inspector felt as though it wasn't anything other than it was in replacement.
Yeah, but he was wrong.
It's not a kind.
Yet again, it's not,
Half
it
of it
wasn't a
was
replacement.
replacement, the other half was brand new.
Yeah, but there's two different properties there.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, yeah, but when you're saying kind, how can you replace with something that's only gonna last another 10 years after you replace it with what was there, which was deco concrete blocks that will last.
Those should have lasted longer, but they weren't put up, installed professionally.
Yeah, that was just a homeowner, let's do the best we can.
Right.
Well, I mean, I think I think we're stuck with it unless we wanna take enforcement action. We're stuck with it.
To remove it.
But that would, I'd have to say, that would almost be just a great amount of disappointment for everybody.
No, it would just be a great amount of disappointment for the owner. It wouldn't disappoint me one bit.
And money.
But at the same time,
It's so flagrant, it's just.
Well, the whole idea is the flagrancy. It's the, you know what it is? It's like robbing the bank.
so in other words, you're saying it isn't really the wall that is frustrating, it's the way.
Well, the second wall,
He
the
should
second
have
wall.
come in front of us and said,
Oh, it's a
listen,
thing.
we're gonna do this, this,
Yeah,
You
it's
know, I
repeat
think
offender,
it-
repeat offender, repeat offender.
so we've got something we've gotta work on. Do you want me to go in that direction with that? With working with that
I
person?
think we should not talk about that tonight.
November 13th is the next.
Let's
meeting.
put it on the next meeting because, no, because you know what?
As you wish.
Bring ideas like you just did with the rails.
I have an
Yeah.
idea to have a discussion.
Yeah.
And see if we can get everybody on the same page.
That's absolutely fine.
Would that be better to say
And become my way or this way.
in more receptive?
Let me get.
If I can get moved towards that?
Yes. Now, our
Not
next
afraid of the
meeting
beast.
is gonna be November 14th. No, it's not 13th, 13th.
Thursday.
You know? I don't
Yeah,
want,
13th is a good.
you know, I'm my
So
own
the
person.
election this
If
November?
it's wrong, it's wrong.
Is that
I'm no
the
approach.
midterms or something?
I have no problem with that.
No,
Not at all.
it's 2026. Is there elections this year?
Oh, no,
I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
No, we think he's doing all kinds of stuff with this.
So what are we talking about election? You mean in April?
Oh, no, he just asked if
For the
we're elected.
resale
Oh, Susan, yeah,
And the handout?
yeah,
And
we'll
it had
have
to
to
do
do that
that
at the
date.
next town meeting, not necessarily election.
Okay, town meeting, I had written
Yeah.
election.
I think that's what it said. Is there any other business?
Can I just ask, I didn't get my phone up in time. November 13th is gonna be our next meeting.
Correct.
Yeah, it's
Right.
a Thursday,
At 3.
Thursday,
Okay.
When does it begin?
November 13th, the second Thursday.
Second Thursday.
But are we having
And
a
we're gonna
meeting
have-
prior to that?
I thought we wanted to do, the webinar.
Class. Right, and just a quick discussion after that.
Yeah,
Right, so in other words, we'll do the historical class and be brief synopsis at the end
when
of
did you
it.
want, do you want to do that in like the end of?
Whenever you want to,
What are you talking about?
the
webinar.
class for the historical.
Oh, you did it already? The webinar for.
No, this
the
is
Math
for all of
Historic-
us.
Or not Master, the Master Business Commission.
Oh,
Or
right.
Historic Commission.
Yeah.
So that would be.
With Jen Doherty, remember her? She did these on.
That would be the 23rd.
No, she
Oh,
put
she
together,
did them.
she did them.
She did them.
What we can,
October third,
I
23rd.
don't know.
We could do it, can we do it on Zoom?
Should be.
Can I
able to
do-
it.
I don't know, can you?
That's what we
I don't
used to do
know.
ours.
You're
Like, if I'm here, David. If I'm here. And it's
So it's
on this
November 13th
screen,
for the next meeting.
can you
So we'll
all
move
see
to
it on Zoom?
23rd.
The webinar thing.
just come here and do it.
Yeah.
Why not? I can see it here.
Dave, are you here? Everyone's abandoned us. Harrison Smith.
Yeah, where did Marie go? She was
Yeah,
there. That's good.
Green left, Harrison left, everyone. Okay, so you're tired of hearing us.
Do you want a motion?
Yes, please.
Make a motion that we adjourn the meeting at 4:40 P.M.
I second that.
May I please have a vote?
Claire Culver, yes.
Susan Gerken, yes.
James Curran, yes.
Laura Schifrin, yes.
Mary Jane Schiffern, yes.